I am the only living prophets of the Lord of Isaac and of Israel. Let it be seen in this day.
My name is John. I'm from 12th Science 5. But at first, I joined this competition just for fun. I didn't expect myself to be able to go into the final. And my hope for the competition is that I could win smoothly.
Once upon a time, the Philistines gathered their armies for war against Israel. And so Saul, the first king of Israel, gathered their armies and put them in position ready for war against the Philistines. The Philistines were on the mountain on one side, and Israel was on the mountain on the other side. And they were separated by a valley between them. But then, a gigantic warrior came out of the Philistines' army named Goliath. He was almost 3 meters tall while wearing brass armor from the tip to toe. And he took his position up front, and with a loud voice he said, "Ha ha ha ha! Look at you puny armies. Aren't you here for a fight? Send out a man for yourself to face me one-on-one. If he wins, then we shall be your servant. But if I wins, then you, all of you shall be our servant." Ha ha ha! What? Scared? Ha! Of course, cowards! And so, when Israel hear this, they tremble in fear. But in the other place, David, son of Jesse, was taking care of his father's sheep at Bethlehem. He had 3 brothers who were also part of the Israel's army. So his father tasked him to deliver meals to his brother at the war camp. And so he went to look for his brothers and to find out about their condition. But at that time, Goliath came out and mocked Israel again. But this time, David heard it. "Why are you guys standing still? Why is no one doing anything? Who is this Goliath that dares to speak ills of the armies of the living God?" And when people hear it, they got mad at David for his arrogance. Even his brothers scolded him. But Saul heard this, and he summoned David. And David proposed to fight Goliath by himself, but Saul convinced him not to. "My king, I, your servant, may only be a shepherd of my fathers, but I had overcome lions and bears. If a lion or bear came and took a lamb of the flocks, I will hunt them down and put them to death. And these Philistines will suffer the same fate as the lion and bear." And after hearing this, Saul then blessed David and gave his armors and swords to David. But David can't even move with the armors on, so he took it off. And he went to the bed of a stream and picked up 5 smooth stones. And with the ladder band on his hand, he went face to face against Goliath. But after seeing David, Goliath mocks David and Israel. "Ha ha ha! Is this all you got, Israel? This fragile little boy? Come at me, and I shall feed your flesh to the birds in the air." But with brave David replied to Goliath, You come to me with a sword, a spear, and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord. This day, Lord shall give you into my hands, and I will give all of the bodies of the Philistines to the birds in the air. so that the earth may see that Israel has a God, so that the earth may see that God does not give salvation through spears and swords. And then after that, David took out a stone, and with his ladder band, he sent a stone straight flying to Goliath, and bang! The stone went deep into the brow, knocking Goliath down on his face. And after this, David then rushed to Goliath, and with his sword, he cut off Goliath's head. And after seeing this, the Philistines' face turned pale and ran away, while the Israel, with loud cries, chased the Philistines. And that is how David, with just a stone and a ladder band, turned the tides of the war, killing the fearsome giant in the name of the Lord. Thank you.